Good morning, everybody. It is 10 o'clock here in Charleston, West Virginia. I just woke up, so I slept in a little bit. I'm having breakfast, which is some cream of wheat and some toast. And of course, I got Morse right here. I'm in my bedroom, actually. Morse is sitting right here. Anyways, I had this is story time, okay? This is story time. But instead of a creepy story time, this is weird, kind of funny story time, okay? And it's about a celebrity. And it's not like a celebrity that I really like. I mean, I've only seen him in a few movies, and I don't remember his name. But I don't know if y'all ever seen Brokeback Mountain. The two guys that play the gay guys. The one with the dark hair. That's the one the dream was about. The one with the dark hair. Okay. And in this dream, this is so weird. It was me, him, and his wife, which was my friend, and we all went to I think it was her mother's house, and of course I didn't really know her mother, and I wasn't really comfortable with that side of the family. I remember we went there for the night, and her and him were arguing and fighting. Her and her mother wasn't getting along, so why we went there, I don't know. And I'm laying like on there's a mattress on the floor in the living room, and his wife went to bed, and his mom sat in a chair, and he was sitting on the couch. And of course, he was talking to her mom, but they was kind of arguing too. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, I don't feel comfortable. I just want to leave. And I don't know why I would dream this. Oh my god, but it's weird, creepy. And I remember falling asleep on that little mattress on the floor, and I woke up to somebody laying down beside me. Like when you first wake up, you're like you like when cats, sometimes the more jumps up here, I feel like sometimes I don't. Yeah, you know how you get sometimes you wake up startled. Well, I woke up startled because I was like what's going on? So I woke up, and the guy that was that celebrity that was on Brokeback Mountain was laying in the bed beside of me, and I sat up. I'm like, what are you doing? And his wife's mom is sitting in the living room too. She just like she goes like this, like, and I'm trying to get away from him. Like, what are you doing? And now get this, he, my friend, his wife, never even came in that room for like a while, and he's sitting there, and he like leans. He don't even have a shirt on. He's got pants, but he don't even have a shirt on. And he leans up and puts his neck, his face, or his chin on my shoulder, and he's just sitting there like breathing. And I'm like, dude, get off of me. And that's what I kept saying to him, get off of me. And finally he moves, and her mom's just sitting there like whatever. So he finally gets up and he moves, and I'm thinking, man, I'm not trying to go back to sleep. And I'm like, where's my friend? And I look at her mom, and she just looks at me, and she don't smile or nothing. She don't even say anything. She just looks at me, and then she goes like that. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to remember what I can because, like I said, I try to do this when I first wake up, so that way it's easier for me to remember stuff. So this is like I think the third dream of, or maybe the fourth dream I've had in my life that I've actually remembered parts of. Well, I remember getting up, and I went in the bathroom and I got dressed or whatever, put my clothes on, like new clothes, fresh clothes. I had clothes on, but I just went and put other clothes on. And I came back out, and my friend came out, and she's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just not comfortable." She's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I'm just not comfortable." And I was like, "I'm just." She's like, "Okay, we're going to go soon." So she goes back in the other room, and the mom's still sitting there. And the mom says something to her. She's like, "Whatever, mom." And then her husband comes back in here, the celebrity guy, and that on in my dream he wasn't a celebrity. I guess just like a normal person like us. But he comes back in there, and I moved the mattress off the floor, and I sit there on the couch, and he sits on the couch beside me, puts his arm around me, and he licked my face. He licked my face. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I stood up, I'm like, dude, you got to back off of me. I don't know what your issue, but stay off of me. So he finally he backed off of me, and I yelled for my friend. I was like, man, I want to go. Let's go. You know, of course. So we end up leaving. The mom stays there. Her and the mom, she says bye. Mom says whatever, get out of my house. And then her and her husband sitting there arguing, and I'm sitting there listening to him in the back seat. And I'm like, man, this is weird. I just want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore because he's never done that to me before, you know. So finally, they stopped the store and he went in somewhere and she said, "Are you okay?" No, no. I told her, "No, I'm not okay." I said, "I need to tell you something. I just don't know how to tell you." She's like, "Well, what is it? You can tell me anything." I'm like, well, earlier this morning, your husband came in without a shirt on, just lay down on the mattress beside me on the floor. And your mom was just like, psh. And I sat up real quick and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he got up, you know, moved. And then after I sat on the couch, after you know, I went to the bathroom and changed my clothes and put the mattress up and went to sit on the couch. I said, he sat on the couch, so he put his arm around me, and he licked my face. She's like, she started laughing. She's like, what? Yeah, he licked at my face, and I was like, okay, I can't. That's when you said, am I okay? The first time I was like, no, I'm uncomfortable. She started laughing. I was like, I don't find this funny. She's like, no, it's okay. She's like, he does this all the time. She's like, and but he only does it to my close friends. And she says that means that he likes you. I'm like, well, like me how? I said, because he's not my husband. I said, no, I don't want him. So you're my friend. She's like, no. She's like, it means he likes you as a person. I'm like, good. I'm like, but can you tell him just not do that anymore? It makes me feel uncomfortable. She's like, okay. And then he gets back in the car and I wake up. So tell me, isn't this not the craziest story time y'all have ever heard? This is the craziest dream I've ever had. And I must honestly say, the craziest dream I've ever had. I've dreamt of celebrities, but not like this. So I don't know, it's weird. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this story time crazy dream of mine that I had. That's all I remember. He got back in the car and I woke up. I found that kind of weird. Yeah. So that will stick with me for a while. I think it's one I'm never going to forget. And it's the guy, like I said, played on the two gay guys. The two guys that played on Brokeback Mountain, they played as the gay guys, the cowboys. Not the blonde headed one. It's the brunette guy, the guy with the dark hair. It was him. that's that's the one that was in my dream. Oh my god, this is crazy. But I keep having these weird dreams. But every time I have a dream that I'm going to remember, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to do story time and tell y'all. All right, so I hope y'all enjoy my crazy dream story time with the celebrity that I don't even really know that well, except for that he plays in Brokeback Mountain and a couple other movies. All right, love you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. Oh my god, it's so weird. Say bye, Morsi. Morsi's cleaning himself. I'm gonna finish eating my breakfast, y'all. All right, peace.